Hello and welcome to Scrapping on the Fly. My name is Kristen and I am here with the next installment of Scrap Lift Crafternoon, started by Kimberly with I'd Rather Be Scrapbooking. And the layout that we are going to be scrap lifting is by Jessica Michaels. And you can find her on Instagram at Jessica E. Michaels, or you can find her on YouTube at Jessica Michaels. And she is fantastic. She does a lot of mixed media. And this video was earlier in her YouTubing this year, in the last year. And she was just showing some simple ways to do some mixed media. I decided I'm going to use my Bella Boulevard Make Your Mark. And I love this collection. I got it at Tuesday morning. And the reason I picked it is because the pictures I want to scrapbook are going on the facing page to this layout right here that I created for a Mix It Up Monday YouTube hop, I believe in February. And so these pictures were taken at the same time. So I want to document these other pictures, and I thought I would go ahead and use the same collection. So I do have 3 sticker sheets that came with this collection. I got a set of 2 of them at Tuesday morning and then found the collection. So I'd have them all. And I have these 2 pictures of my daughter and I, and then my whole family. And then I thought I might use this Dress Your Craft tag maker, but I don't. And then I have some Distress Oxides by Tim Holtz. And I also have this Delusion by Ranger. And I'll go over the colors when I get to using them. So I have my tag maker, my mixed media, my collection, my pictures, and this awesome layout from Jessica Michaels. So let's see how this goes. So I went ahead and trimmed this picture of all 4 of us down as far as I could without cutting anything off. But I trimmed the picture of me and my daughter pretty significantly. The pictures that Jessica uses are much smaller. They look maybe like 2x3s or 3x4s. But these are the pictures I wanted to work with. So I just trimmed them down to where they were going to work for what I wanted. And then I get everything out of my package and move things out of the way that I know I'm not going to need right now. So I decided I was going to use a white base paper just like Jessica did. And I'm just taking some packaging so that I can do a, just do the packaging technique. So in her layout, she uses a stamp, a really cool looking stamp. And I considered doing that, but I really just like to fiddle and see how I can make things move with the packaging technique. So the very first thing I use is Mermaid Lagoon. And all 3 of these first sprays are Distress Oxides. And then I do pretty much the same kind of technique with some Wild Honey. And then I finish off the Distress Oxides with Twisted Citron. And these 3 I felt like were the closest to the collection that I'm using. The Citron is a little lighter than I was thinking, but there is some green in the collection. Not a lot, really. I mostly pull blue, pink, and yellow out. So, but... and then these, since they're Distress Oxides, I spray them with some water, and then I will take a tissue or paper towel and dab it just to dry it. I don't mind that I'm moving from blue to yellow to green, just in case, I don't mind if they blend. And then I take this Delusion Shimmer Spray in bubblegum pink, and I make little circles on my packaging, and then I'm just going to set it down, and without really smearing, I pick it up and move it. I love the way that it turned out. I end up covering quite a bit of where the circle part is, so you can't tell that I had this really cool circle technique, but I will use that again in the future because I love the way it turned out. So then the next step is I want tags, and I was so excited to find a second sheet of this paper in the collection because I really wanted this There's No Place Like Home, because my daughter has moved out this year, and she had come to visit at the house, so that was very fitting. So I want to use that, and then I pull these two pieces from one of the papers, and one of them says, make time for the things you love, and I love that paper. So I'm just working on making my tags. This is when I realized that my tag maker only goes up to 2.5 inches, and the tags I want to make are 3 inches across. So I just measure and cut. I lined them up together so they look the same. So I actually am really excited that I got them to look kind of even. So she uses 3 tags as far as I can remember in her video and on her layout. So that's my plan. And then I get everything laid down in a general concept of what I'm thinking. And I'm like, this isn't right. Something is neat. There's something missing. So I added a little more yellow. And then I decide I'm going to distress my tags. And I want to distress them and then determine what I need. So this one right here, the one that says There's No Place Like Home, I don't officially turn that into much of a tag. I cut one side that you'll be able to see, but not both sides of the tag. So Jessica also takes a stencil and inks through with some different colors on hers, and I love that technique. And since I'm talking about places and there's no place like home, I decided I'm going to use the Simple Stories Going Places stencil, and I just ink through that, and I do blue on blue, green on green, yellow on yellow. And the blue that I use is Tumbled Glass, so it's not the same as the Mermaid Lagoon, but you can see it where it is on the ink, not after I'm done covering it, but that's okay. And then for the green, I use Crushed Olive, and it's a little darker, but I'm okay with that because I want different colors for sure. So I'm okay with the fact that it's not exactly the same as that Twisted Citron. And then for the yellow, I pull out my alcohol ink, and the one that I used is called Sunshine Yellow, and I just ink that through the same stencil down towards the bottom. And I really do like the way that this layout turns out. I mean, a lot. I end up like going in and doing this and doing that. Like I put the green really far up, and I'm glad I did because I cover so much, because my picture is bigger than hers. So I didn't take that into consideration when I was cutting 3 tags. So I go away and clean my stencil, but that's okay. I cut all of that out, although I don't know what I'm doing right now that I didn't cut out. So sorry. Ay. So I get all of that stuff down, and then I matted my pictures on this double-sided paper from the collection. One side is yellow with like white on it, and the other side is this really bright, almost like swatches of paint, like somebody painted a bunch of swatches on a paper. So I love the way these look, and so I want to line those up, and I'm going to tuck this There's No Place Like Home underneath. So see, you can only see the top right corner of that tag, and so I do end up cutting that one little corner. Not that you can see it after I label things up. So I get these on here, and when I put the one with the words on it over to the left, it doesn't look right over there. So I move it to the right and put it in between the one on the top, the blue, and then that black one, and decide I've got to have some more tags. So she only had 3, but I'm actually going to use 5. So I cut the other one out that I really wanted, is this heart one. And then I had a little partial one that has that flower on it at the top. And I thought I'd go ahead and bring that in because it brings the yellow to the top. And so it's not even a full one. I just tuck it in to where the part that's cut off is hidden behind the blue tag. So I distress those with my Tim Holtz distresser as well. And then I get everything kind of laid down not laid down. I really was building the layout without putting it down on the paper so that I could see where I needed to move things in or move things over or move things out. And then I decided to use the tumbled glass and ink around this white wordy tag, because while the green behind it helps it stand out, I thought that adding a little bit more of that blue would be good too. So, see that tag right there is not even a full tag. So, but that's okay because you can't even tell once I get it all laid down. So I wanted to make sure that every color was peeking out somewhere. I knew that a lot of it was going to get covered over. That's just the way it is with mixed media, and that's fine. But I really wanted to make sure that there was a little bit of yellow and a little bit of green, a little bit of pink, and a little bit of blue sticking out or peeking out somewhere. So I get all that down. I use my Nuvo Deluxe adhesive to make sure I get it tacked down good since it's going on mixed media. And then I just use a little bit of packaging and I tap out the Mermaid Lagoon on the over the blue, the Wild Honey over the yellow, and the Twisted Citron over the green. I do not tap out the Delusions spray, but I do the other three because I wanted a little extra since I was covering so much of the color up. I wanted to add a little bit more. Sorry, my desk squeaks, or cracks, I guess it's, as I should say. So I did not punch holes in my tags to make them official tags, but I did want to go ahead and put the little enamel dots down where I would have put them if there was a hole on this tag. So for the most part, I use my Paper Studios ones, but I also pull a couple of my Park Lane enamel dots out for the very top two tags. I use those. And I'll bring a couple of them out again. And then I get the 12 by 12 sticker sheets out. I really don't have a lot left on this very first one. So except for some alphas and a branding strip or a border. So I pull out my other one and I just start putting things down that will help bring the colors across the page. So I put a green cross in the bottom left part, a pink cross in the top right corner, or little section, and I want some of the same colors that are in each area to be tone on tone, but I also want to bring the colors from each corner back, across, so it's evening things out a little. So there's not a whole lot of orange on this layout, but there is an orange house on the little tag. So I bring some orange to the top left, and then I bring some orange to the top right. And then I was done, and I'm like, oh, yay, it looks so good. And then I'm like, wait a minute, something is missing. And so I realized I did not do the tearing part. And that's one of the things I just really, really love about this layout. I mean, I love the whole layout that Jessica did. It was really, really cool. But I just didn't even dawn on me. So I'm picking between this right here that's showing, which is the back side of the yellow paper, and the same paper that I use for that top bluish colored tag. And I decide to use this one because it brings in all the colors, and I just pick pieces that are going to bring the colors, like I said, from the top to the bottom and the bottom to the top. So, and there is a little black in what you can see in both sections, which is fine because the base of that tag that says no, there's no place like home is black. And I also add a black heart, which is not on there yet. So after I get done with all of this, I think, okay, this looks good. But then I decide I really want some arrows on here. She has a lot of arrows on hers. I just went through the sticker sheet and added a ton of just this and that. It's nothing, super intentional, mostly just to get the colors in the different areas. And then I did go through and add some not gemstones, but some enamel dots in different places. And I tried to add 2 colors to each of the 3 little areas. So after I get that done, I decide, like I said, I wanted to add a couple more things. So I pull this little arrow that I've put down at the bottom pointing to where it says there's no place like home. And it's in that aqua teal color that is in the one tag at the top, as well as both sections where I've torn the paper. And it's in the house, one of the houses. So I get that down, and then because I want to add some more of that same color, I put a little star up in the top left corner. And then I take this pink arrow and I just want to aim it, I feel like that tag that's got the words on it is needing something. So I put that, it's a pink arrow with polka dots. And then I just add the little black heart to the end of it so that the arrow is not so, it doesn't end so abruptly. So, and then that's it, you all. I really, really love how this layout turned out. Not exactly like hers, and I didn't do like that little banner she's got. It just is not going to fit with the way I have two pictures and the way my two pictures are laid out. So I hope you all will go below and follow along with the other amazing ladies that are in this hop. Please go check out Jessica Michaels because, like I said, she has a lot of really awesome layouts and some really cool techniques that she does. Kimberly and Christine and Anna are all linked below, and I believe all three of them are following along this week. If they are, their links will definitely be below. If not, they will probably be here next week. So I hope that you will come along with us. Have a great day and happy scrapping.